is a redo, maybe, or a redux of last week's topic of the Masters. And Ryan, you're our point man on Masters talk. So just give it to us straight. What went down?
Yeah. So I was just glad to see the Masters actually happen.
True.
An April tournament in November. So you've seen a lot of the debris from like the environment on the greens, but I mean I think they did a pretty good job overall of taking care of it.
Hmm.
So Dustin Johnson, obviously, the winner,
Yeah,
went 20 under on the weekend, and he set the all-time scoring record at Augusta, which is huge
it's
because
massive.
yeah, Augusta's no short stretch.
Yeah, and that's where they play the Masters every year, right?
Yeah,
Just for people who don't know. So that's the same course every year for, I don't know, how long have they been playing the Masters? 100 and
years.
some odd
Yeah,
years, something like that. So it's not like he's setting the scoring record on, Toronto, brand new golf course, fancy thing. He's,
yeah,
he's going up against a lot of great all-time guys.
and the
Uh,
best of the best have played
best
at
of
the
the best of the
Masters. So
best.
yeah, exactly.
What was the old record? Do you know that? I believe it was negative or minus 16, 16 under to
Yeah,
Tiger Woods, maybe.
I didn't check.
Yeah, I think the
Um,
record is 16
but
under.
it was Tiger, or it
Yeah,
was
it
no,
was
I
a
think it was
tie, right?
Speed,
Yeah, it was a
and then
tie
he
between Tiger and
yeah,
Spieth from a few years ago.
yeah,
But Dustin Johnson just obliterating that record, um,
yeah.
which is fantastic. Um,
Yeah. There was a couple guys so just under him at I think they were 16 under, Cameron Smith and Sung Jae Im.
yep.
Uh, Cameron Smith at
Let's
27
go.
years old. He was the only player ever to score 60 every round, um,
Wow.
like ever. Like
Wow.
he didn't score like he every day he scored a decent round, and I mean, like even he was surprised to hear the news because I mean, as good as it is, I would think that somebody else would be able to like replicate that and
For sure.
think about how long it's been going on, and that never happened before.
Hmm.
That was pretty crazy too. And then Sung Jae Im he's 22. Um,
Wow.
he that was his first time at the tournament, and he had a chance to win it if Dustin
Yeah.
Johnson wasn't in it. So it was pretty impressive to see them. So
Yeah, and I mean Dustin Johnson, for my money, probably your money, and everyone else's money, is the best golfer in the world right now. You agree with that?
well, number one. Yeah,
Yeah, he's been. I don't know how long he's been ranked number one, but just about all this season, I'm sure, and most of last season, if I can remember right, he's been in that number one spot. So Dustin Johnson setting himself apart. I mean, there's all those little tournaments. Bryson DeChambeau had a win a couple weeks ago, like we talked about. That's a guy we'll talk about in a second. Um, and Dustin Johnson has walked away with a lot of those wins. But when it comes to the Masters, if you can win the Masters, that trumps everything else.
yep. And there was a couple guys like just behind him in the world rankings. I mean, Justin Thomas, John Rahm, Rory McIlroy.
Hmm.
I'm sure you guys have heard of them. I mean, they didn't shoot their best game. I know Rory, he had a tough first day, and then he really picked it up.
Hmm.
I know John Rahm. If you watch the tournament, there was one shot on Saturday or Sunday, and he just absolutely like cut the ball so
Oh
hard and ended
man,
up in the woods,
that's
and then
the.
tried to get out of the woods and then
This is
hit
the
it
guy who
into a
hit it
tree.
across the water,
Yeah,
just
I
in the
know.
practice round.
Mm.
Comes back
Exactly.
and shoots it into a tree. Oh
Yeah.
man.
So like these guys, they could have played better, but they obviously could have played worse. And I mean, even though they didn't win, you still get money for placing pretty high.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah, and I mean for these
yeah,
guys, it's not an all or nothing proposition like it is in other sports. You're playing for your paycheck, right? So even the guys who finish, a guy who finishes 20th, who maybe wasn't even supposed to be there and gets a nice little check in the mail is all happy, you know. So golf is a little different that way, and I find that a little fascinating. Second, third, fourth, fifth, that can be just fine with some guys.
decent paycheck.
Yeah, but Dustin Johnson, man, if you haven't checked out his post-game press conference, That's just great stuff. He was super emotional. His brother is his caddy, which is awesome. They were out there together enjoying the day. Let's talk about the guys who didn't do so hot. Most notably, probably Tiger Woods and Bryson DeChambeau. Tiger winning it last year, and of course, being Tiger Woods, we always have high expectations of him. And Bryson DeChambeau coming off a few important wins and a great season. Both guys totally shanking it, more or less. Ryan, what did you see out of those two guys? What went wrong?
Yeah, so just in my notes, I thought Morikawa and DeChambeau were going to do a lot better in the tournament.
Yeah.
But I think Morikawa, it's his first time at the tournament, so I think he has an excuse to be
Sure.
a little caught up in the nerves. But DeChambeau, I think he went in with the wrong mindset. He was constantly saying that due to his like strength and his ability to hit the ball far, that he's seen the course as a par 67 when it's actually a par 72. So
Wow.
if he was going off of that, he would have been a plus like 18 or something.
Right.
So I think he didn't give Augusta the respect it deserves.
Absolutely.
And it kicked his ass, basically.
Yeah.
So
More or less. Yeah,
And
I mean, Bryson DeChambeau maybe getting a little too big for his boots here lately, with some wins and some stuff like that. A little bit of notoriety and fame. I know he's a guy we've talked about every time golf has come up, because he's interesting and also because he's a really good golfer. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe he just needs to. Maybe this is a good opportunity for him to get back inside his own head and not worry so much about what people think about his big muscles.
Yeah, and Tiger. So they were saying that nobody went into the tournament with not just like with the hype around winning, but with the hype around like changing the game of golf. And
Yeah.
Tiger was like, oh my gosh, like if it wasn't my name, it was DeChambeau's name being talked about.
Right.
And before the tournament, Woods went up to DeChambeau and he was like, look, like the media is going to be the media. Just forget about it. Let it happen. Just play your game, focus on your stuff, and that's all you can do. So.
Yeah. I mean, Tiger. We talked about this when we were texting a little bit this week. Or I said it, I should say. I think he's done. I think this just about does it for him. He might hang around a couple more years on the pro circuit. After that, it's headed to the celebrity tournaments and stuff, where he can still collect those paychecks and play a little golf. But I think his time with the PGA Tour may be coming to an end.
Yeah. Also in my notes, I had two guys that really just absolutely lost it on Sunday, and Tiger with that the 10 on the scorecard in a par 3,
7 over par.
That's never something easy to do. But he did finish it up with 5 birdies in the last 6 holes.
He did finish okay.
But another guy is Abraham Lancer. I don't know if you guys ever heard of him.
No, I haven't.
He was paired up with Sung Jae Im and Dustin Johnson the last day.
Oh, wow.
Had a decent chance to win. I think he started the day off at 15 under, and he ended the day at like 7.
Wow.
7 under.
Yeah,
So
that's a tough pairing. Yeah, playing up to his competition a little bit. Yeah.